Hello and welcome to today's edition of the News in Brief, brought to you by
Graphic Communication is giving you the opportunity to have news not only in hard copy but also in a digital form. Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Visit us on graphic.com.gh for further information. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
In the headlines, Supreme Court dismisses 2 applications by John Mahama in the ongoing 2020 election petition. Ghana Police Service to begin a stop and search exercise to enforce the wearing of nose masks, and government retreats call for decongesting workplaces to stop the spread of COVID-19. And now the news in brief. The Supreme Court has dismissed 2 applications filed by former President John Mahama in the ongoing presidential election petition hearing.
The applications sought to add an additional ground to the statement of case and for the court to review its refusal to allow the service of interrogatories on the chairperson of the EC. The unanimous verdict of the 9-member court held that the application did not meet the threshold to apply for a review. The court will on Friday, January 29, begin hearing the substantive election petition, which alleges that President Akufo-Addo failed to garner more than 50% of valid votes and should not have been declared winner.
We find that our inherent jurisdiction cannot be invoked under the circumstances of the case when the rules of court has made clear provisions in the exercise of our jurisdiction in this matter. We accordingly proceed to dismiss the application. The threshold are A. Exceptional circumstances which has resulted in miscarriage of justice. B. Discovery of new and important matter or evidence which after the exercise of due diligence was not within the applicant's knowledge or could not be produced by him at the time when the decision was given. We have read the processes filed in this application and have listened to counsel. We are not satisfied that the applicant has met the statutory requirement of Rule 54A of CI 16 in order to succeed in the application for review of the ruling of this court dated 19th January 2021. The application fails and it is accordingly dismissed.
Both lawyers for the petitioner and second respondent, President Akufo-Addo, spoke to the media on the ruling.
The first application was an application for leave to file a supplementary statement of case, for leave to add an additional ground of review, and for leave to file further submissions in respect of our application for review. Now, that application was refused by the court. You heard the superior arguments of our counsel on the matter. Our counsel presented authorities, several of them, in which the court in the past has actually granted leave to applicants before the court to file supplementary statements of case. Our application was refused. Now, it's unfortunate that these rulings that are coming out of the court are so short.
Well, after all the fanfare, the hue and cry, the back and forth, the justices of the Supreme Court have handed 2 decisive rulings this morning all through the afternoon. The first ruling, which was a unanimous decision of 9 justices to 0. The application by petitioner, applicant, for leave to replace portions of the statement of case, to file additional grounds, and to supplement their statement of case was roundly dismissed, 9-0. Now, the review application itself suffered a similar dismissal, 9-0. So for my friends on the other side who are interested in the number of goals scored, it's now 18 goals to none.
Now away from the courts, the Minister-designate for Information, Kojo Nkrumah, has reiterated the need to decongest workplaces to help stop the spread of COVID-19.
Kojo Nkrumah, who was speaking at a press briefing in Accra on Thursday, said the daily average positive cases are alarmingly increasing. He had early on in the week hinted that a lockdown or some amount of restrictions are on the table if the numbers keep rising.
He also makes the point that there's increasing workplace outbreaks. What does it mean? People in an air-conditioned room, people using the same lift turnstiles, the same lunch room or cafeteria, the same doors, opening the same doorknobs, etc., are recording a lot of cases. You recall that the earlier part of this wave, the data suggested was that it was people who had gone to a lot of social functions and were sitting together, and even though you've worn the mask and checked your temperature and sanitized your hands before you get there, once everybody feels comfortable and then you take it off and we are eating and we are chatting, then the risk is way higher. Now, the data suggests that a lot of the new cases they are getting, they are workplace outbreaks.
The Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Pokwa Mankwa, who also spoke at the meeting, said the necessary PPEs and study guidelines on COVID-19 have been provided schools to improve teaching and learning.
We have prepared what we call guidelines for school reopening, and we have distributed them. And the guidelines is on COVID-19. We worked on this with the collaboration of Ghana Health Service and our development partners to ensure that we have that guideline.
Also speaking at the conference, the Director of Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Sheila Abeye-Bachman, said the police will soon begin a stop and search exercise on vehicles to enforce the wearing of nose masks.
The next step that we are going to take, we are going to have random stop and search on vehicles across the country. So you could be traveling from Tamale to Accra, or you could be traveling from Ho to Hohoi, or wherever, Kwamai to Kumewu, or you could be traveling from Medina to Adenta. It could be a commercial vehicle, most especially, but it can also be private vehicle. For as long as we see 2 or more people on the vehicle, any police officer in uniform can stop you, look at whether you're wearing your mask properly. If not, you will be brought down. And if the driver is wearing properly, the passengers who are wearing their mask properly will be made to go. Until you find your mask and adorn it well, you cannot board the next vehicle.
Superintendent Abeye-Bachman also announced that a total of 1,584 people have been arrested between April 2020 and January 17, 2021 for disobeying COVID-19 directives.
But what has happened since 18th of January to now? Basically, what we have been doing, sensitization and in rare cases, arrest. So with this, we have arrested a total of 961 persons. Accra has the highest number of suspects arrested. I told you that what we are doing is sensitization, and in rare cases, we have to arrest. So, and we are guided by the signs of the coronavirus and which regions are recording high and all. So Accra region has the highest of 330 out of the 961.
Thank you for watching. We will see you again tomorrow with another edition. Stay safe and protect yourself from COVID-19. For more news, visit graphic.com.gh or log on to Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube as Graphic GH. I am Juliet Echansafo.